So 3D basics, this is the PPT courtesy from Rolf, and let us start with basic 3D mathematics. So everything we describe in our 3D world, for example vertices to describe objects, speed of objects, forces on objects, these all will be defined by 3D vectors, and these are the triplets of 3 real values, right? Triplets means 3 values, and this is a 3D Euclidean coordinate system, also referred as 3D Cartesian coordinate system. V is equal to x comma y comma z, v for vertex you can say, and means you have x direction, y direction, z direction. These are the xy plane, xz plane and yz plane. So any point can be represented by triplet values x comma y comma z. Now vector v is equal to x comma y comma z has following properties. It has direction and it has magnitude as well. The direction is the relative values of x, y, z to each other. So two vectors v and w have the same direction if we have for all s which belongs to R, as maybe this is a real number, v is equal to sw, right? This is to hold for two vectors to have the same direction, and magnitude means the mod of v, this mod of v, and we will use a Euclidean length mod v is equal to square root of under root x square plus y square plus z square. Then this vector v is equal to x, y, z is said to be normalized if value of 1 or magnitude of v is 1. So normalizing is quite easy, just you have to scale it by 1 by length. So v by this mod v, this will be 1. So it's usually handy to deal with normalized vectors. We're going to see this. Basic vector operations is vector addition. V plus w is vx plus wx, means the x values of x of coordinate of x and w can be added, then y value of v and w, and then z value of v and w. So this is v, this is w, and this is how v plus w will look like. And basic vector operation also consists of scalar multiplication with s. You multiply s, some value s with v, or rather v with s, so it will be s into the vx, vy and vz, x, y, z, right? So do not change direction, it really does not change the direction. This is how it looks, v, and if we multiply or scale, you can say scale it by some s, this will go here, so does not change the direction and changes the magnitude with just a multiple of s. And dot product also, if we have two vectors v and w, then the dot product will be vx into wx, vy into wy, and vz wz, which is essentially the cos of angle between v and w. So magnitude of v, magnitude of w, and cos theta. This is the theta or angle between v and w. This is how the dot product is also there. And the dot product is a scalar value, it does not have a direction. Having two vectors v and w, it can be used to determine the angle between v and w. How? You can just find out the angle by cos inverse of v w dot w by this magnitude of v into w. So for normalized vectors, we have this as the a cos, because this v and this w will be 1. So for normalized vector, we have just cos inverse of v dot w. So the dot product determines the inner angle between v and w, and always 0 is less than or equal to this, and this means this the angle of v between v and w lies between 0 and 180. And if v dot w, the dot product, is greater than 0, then this angle is less than 0, or rather if the dot product is less than 0, then the angle is greater than 90 degree. So in a two direction of angle, that can be determined by sine of this sine is vx wy. This is not sine theta, means this is a sine sign minus plus, so vy into wy minus vy into wx, right? This is a 2D direction of the angle. This can be computed by this relationship. And now coming to cross product, this is v into w. It was initially v dot w when we were talking about dot product, but when we talk about cross product, it is v into w. So how this is computed? see, there is no x component, there is no y component, there is no z component. So this is yz, means you are multiplying it and then subtracting it with yz and zy, then xz, then zx, then xy and yx. You are not going to use any x component, no y component, no z component. So this is how this is computed. The mod or the magnitude of V, the magnitude of W, and sine of this, the sine of angle between this, and into some n, which n being a normal vector. So n orthogonal to V and W. Normal vector and orthogonal vector means if you take direction of V and W, so this n will be perpendicular to both V and W, right? To wherever this V and W plane lies, this is a normal, this is a perpendicular to this plane. So this is how cross product is computed. And the result of the cross product is a vector. Okay, please mark that it has a direction. The result of the dot product is a scalar value, which we just saw. So the cross product gives us the normal vector to the plane defined by V and W, right? The cross product gives us the normal vector, which is the vector which is perpendicular to the plane in which V and W lies. So this is an extremely important tool in game programming, right? For our lighting, physical modeling, there are so many things to mention here. And now coming to basic 3D transformation, as far as 3D basics are concerned, to move or animate this animation of objects, or to change the camera's position, we have to transform the vertices defining our objects. So there has to be a transformation of vertices. This is or this comes under 3D transformations. So basic transformations are the scaling, the translation, and the rotation. What is scaling? The component wise multiplication with scaling vector. You just take S or any vector V and just multiply it by this scaling vector S. Sx into Vx, Sy into Vy, and Sz into Vz. Means actually we are multiplying this Sx, Sy, Sz is just to imply that what scaling factor is for x, for y, and for z. If Sx, Sy, and Sz means the scaling is equal, then this will not be there. Only S into Vx, Vy, Vz. So this V is a vector x, y, z. And as if this is like, you know, scaling vector is x direction 2, y direction 1, and 3 direction 3, then x, y, z will be the scaled result will be 2x, then 1y, and 3z, right? So this is how it is seen. Once it is being multiplied, this the position will be changed. So the scaling will be done like this. And translation is actually component wise addition with translation vector. Tx, you may think it as a subscript, T and below x, T below y, and T below z. So what is translation? You are actually translating or shifting the value. See, this is x, y, z. This is the translation T factor, and this has been translated. You just do Tx plus Vx, Ty plus Vy, and Tz plus Vz. So this is how the new vector will come. This point is shifted to T factor, and the final will be V plus T. Okay. And now the rotation, to make it easier, 2D rotation first, let us look at this. Defined by a center C, 2D rotation, and angle A. And this RVCA, rotation around center, can be described by translation, rotation around origin. Okay. So this is how the equation becomes. So we therefore only need to define the rotation around an origin. Rotation around an origin. This is how rotation can be computed. And rotation around origin is what? The counterclockwise, that is the positive angle 2D rotation, which is described by, now this is very important, cos A into Vx minus sin A into Vy, then sin A into Vx plus cos A into Vy. This is the rotation value. And rotation around origin written as a matrix, we have cos x, sin x, minus x, cos x, and this is a matrix, this is Vx into Vy. So 3D rotation, let's talk about that, defined by an angle, center, and rotation. axis. So as in 2D case, the center can be translated to origin. So the rotation around an arbitrary axis can be substituted by subsequent rotation around the main coordinate axis. Okay, this is the difference between the 2D rotation and 3D rotation. So we therefore only need to define the rotation around the x, y and z axis. This is how the rotation around x-axis takes place. Rotation around x-axis. Rotation around x-axis. This is the matrix 1 0 0 1 0 0 cos x minus sin x cos x. And the rotation around y-axis, this value, the position are only changing. Okay, the values, the matrix will remain same and the positions are changing. See, the cos x is here 9 minus sin x and cos x. And now the rotation around z-axis will be, again the values remain same and the values will be like this. You have to remember this. So the order of rotation is not exchangeable. You cannot say that I'm rotating it from x to x and then y. No, it will. If you say that x to y and y to x, the things will be entirely different. So the combination of transformation can be described by matrix multiplication. How? Remember, we have this A11. This is simple matrix A11, A12, A21, A22. So into B11 into B12, B21 into B22. So this will result as, I'll just do it once, A11 into B11 plus A12 into B21. This is how this will take place. Okay, so this is actually I'm trying to show that this row will be multiplied by this column. So this row will be multiplied by this column, and this row will be multiplied by this column. This row will be multiplied by this column, and the values will be written here. So finally you will get a matrix like this. Okay, so with Rx being a rotation matrix around the x-axis and Ry being a rotation matrix around the y-axis, so Rx into Ry into Rx into V. So this is a rotation of V because we have to rotate some x point y, x, y, z. So it is a rotation of V around x followed by a rotation around y. Since Ry into Rx is equal to Rc, it is a single 3x3 matrix. The two rotation can be written as Rc into C. Okay, so that is a single rotation. And if we describe our transformation as matrices, the combination of subsequent transformation can be written as matrix multiplication. And if all parameters are known, as a single transformation matrix. So rotation was actually already defined as matrix. Here comes the scaling, this Sx, Sy, Sz, and what about translation, because we are talking about togetherness. Impossible as 3x3 matrix since addition not multiplication is involved. So here comes a nice trick: increase the dimension, homogeneous coordinate x, y, z, then increase just by 1. So what we are doing is we are taking this matrix and adding one more, 0 0 0 0 0 0 1, and now the translation by tx, ty, tz can be written here, tx, ty, tz, and 1 1 here means a diagonal matrix. So homogeneous coordinate allow us to describe all transformation mentioned as matrix multiplication. So sequences of transformation can hence be described by a single 4x4 matrix. So example transformations are: this is the translation, this is the scaling, this is the rotation, and translation by t and rotation by y. This is how translation and this can be combined. So thank you so much. Hope you got the bit idea of 3D mathematics.